Hello everybody, it's Tommy and welcome back to my channel. Today we are creating your vote, which was Aladdin as a Pokemon trainer. And I've slowed this video down quite a bit so I can get all of this information in. So this video is a little bit slower than I normally would do for a video, but I wanted to make sure that I got the proper time to talk about all of the Pokemon and why I chose them. And this is actually the first male Pokemon trainer I'm doing and also the first significant other. So if you missed it, I already created Jasmine as a Pokemon trainer, and of course that video will be linked at the end. But without further ado, let's actually get into Aladdin. So I feel like with Aladdin, it's really 50-50 on about half of them being kind of obvious as to what the right choices are, and the other half are ones that I completely strayed away and really thought about personality more than anything. So the first Pokemon I've chosen is, of course, Chimchar, and that is 100% just because of Abu. I knew I wanted to have a monkey Pokemon of sorts, and Chimchar just seems like the right age, the right stature, and a similar enough counterpart for Abu to get represented. Instead of doing like a really strong, different type of monkey Pokemon, I feel like Chimchar really matches the personality of Abu overall. Moving on to the next one, this is a really fun choice and a Pokemon I didn't even know existed. So the second one I've chosen is Thundurus, which is actually a genie. Like, literally look at it, it's a genie. And Thundurus comes in 3 variations. One of them is blue. So obviously I have to choose the blue one. I was so surprised to find out that there is a Pokemon based after a genie, and it literally looks like a genie. Of course, I have to have the genie represented as one of, if not Aladdin's best friend in the movie and in real life. And even though it looks a little bit mean, genies can sometimes be depicted that way, and I also think it's a good tie-in for the version of the genie at the end that's actually Jafar as a genie that looks a little bit meaner, to tie the two ideas together and represent the overall magic and genie, of course, just in the movie and the biggest part that he plays in the story. Moving on, I wanted to make sure I also had an elephant Pokemon. So I've chosen Donphan, and I felt like this was a really good choice because a lot like Jasmine, there are a lot of animals that are shown in the movie and a lot that are represented in the culture, and I really wanted him to have his own elephant Pokemon. That was one that I kind of skipped for Jasmine, even though it probably would have worked. And also, Abu spends a good part of the movie disguised as an elephant, so I felt like Donphan was a really good choice. There aren't actually too many elephant Pokemon to choose from, and this one just seemed like one of the larger ones and one of the better choices to go with. Moving on. Again, with Jasmine, I really played with the idea of doing a lot of flying type Pokemon, and that idea that she was trying to escape her everyday life and do so via flight, and also the whole new world scene and the flying carpet. There is a lot of references to flight in the movie, so I wanted to make sure that Aladdin also had at least one flying type Pokemon, preferably one that was just as colorful as Jasmine's Ho-Oh and very tropical looking, very bright and fun. And this one, again, another Pokemon that I have never heard of, but just felt like a really fun choice. So the next one I chose is Archeops, and I hope, again, I'm saying that correctly, but the reason I chose this, I read a lot about it on Bulbapedia, which is kind of like a Pokemon Wikipedia site, and I use that site for reference for all of these videos. And in the description, it said that Archeops really likes to run even though it is able to fly. And I liked that tie-in to the beginning of the movie where Aladdin is running through the streets, and later on in the movie he does get the ability to flight, but he's still really good on his feet. And when I was reading about him in general, just Aladdin on like the Disney Wikipedia page, it talked a lot about how he was very fast, very good on his feet, and had come accustomed to living life on the street and gained a lot of qualities out of that. So I liked that little tie-in there. And they also talked about how Archeops was a really intelligent Pokemon. And another thing that I really love about Aladdin is that he is depicted as being very intelligent, and I think that that sets him apart from some of the other males that are in the Disney universe. He is very cunning, very smart, and I wanted that tie-in in some way, so it's really cool that it can be mixed all together into one Pokemon. Moving on to number 5. This one, I'm going to read you guys straight off of Bulbapedia, the description, because it makes so much sense when you read it. Number 5, I chose Zoroark. And again, let me read you exactly what it says off of Bulbapedia. So, Zoroark can illustrate illusions that are indistinguishable from reality, deluding many simultaneously. It is extremely protective of those it cares about and will go to any lengths to keep them safe, including risking its own life, which was so perfect in a couple of different ways. Obviously, Aladdin spends the better part of the movie pretending to be something that he is not and creating illusions that really change the way that people around him look at him because he thinks that it's the better choice. He disguises himself as a prince, obviously, even if that isn't the best way to go about it. And then the second part about Zoroark being very caring about the people that it loves and will risk its life to protect them. That is clearly a quality that Aladdin also possesses as well, being that you see him protect not only Jasmine, but Abu, and worry about the genie, and he very much cares for the people in his life, and clearly demonstrates that he would rather sacrifice himself than see anybody else get harmed. And moving on to the final one, this was a really fun just throw-in choice. The last one being Dedenne. And there is some complication about how that's actually pronounced, but I'm going with Dedenne. And I just wanted a street rat tie-in because that's such a big part of the movie. They say it a couple times, there's a song, and there are a couple of rat Pokemon to choose from. Obviously, Dedenne is more of like a mouse, but I liked that Dedenne was a rat Pokemon, which obviously fits in pretty well with Aladdin, being that he is a quote-unquote street rat, but still adorable and a lot there. So rather than, picking like Raticate or something like that has more of that rat look, I wanted to pick something more cutesy and fun. So those are the 6 Pokemon that I have chosen for Aladdin. How do you think that I did? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know who you would like to see next. I'll probably run another poll in a couple of days to see which one you guys would like to see, but if you have any specific ones, always comment down below, let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon below to turn on post notifications so you can get updated every single time I post, and I will talk to you all in the next one.